Hello there, this is Teacher Chad with Jungle Lion Study Club, and I'm here to give you a little bit of information about myself and my teaching style and how I can help your child improve their English with an online English class. So, a bit about myself. I grew up in the United States in New Jersey, and I have lived all over the world, and I have over a decade of teaching English experience, both in the classroom and online. I lived in Taiwan for many years, and I have 5 years of teaching experience in the cram schools there. And I also have another 5 years of teaching experience online. And I've lived all over the world, and right now I'm very focused on developing online education because I strongly believe that it's the way of the future. And a little bit about my teaching style. I focus very strongly on having good visuals and clear pronunciation in class. So starting with some material here for young learners, for a basic beginner class like A0, we would begin with the days of the week and not just the date. I like to work on an introduction to grammar by using the date, the past, present, and future. So every class, we always talk about the date. Today is, yesterday was, tomorrow will be, and here's an example of myself teaching with a young student. What day is today?
Today is Sunday, September 3rd, 2023.
All right, very good. Today is Sunday, September 3rd, 2023. What day was yesterday?
Yesterday was Saturday, September
2nd,
2023.
Good. Yesterday was Saturday, September 2nd, 2023. What will tomorrow be?
Tomorrow will be Monday, September 4th, 2023.
Very good. Tomorrow will be Monday, September 4th, 2023. Very good job with the date. Now, I like to do it this way because it gets their young minds to understand that in English, we have to change the tenses up for the past, present, and future. So unlike in Chinese, where the be verb stays the same for the past, present, and future, in English, it's going to change, so it's a very subtle introduction to grammar without anything too difficult. And so we start off the class with a discussion about the date, and then we would move on to some basic phonics practice. So let's move on here. So I would begin with teaching the vowels and making sure that all of the students know the vowels, A, E, I, O, and U. And then I would go into making sure that they know the difference between short vowel sounds and long vowel sounds. So we do some basic chanting. Short A, apple, apple, k, at, cat, astronaut, hat, hat. So we practice the short A sound, and then we practice a little bit of reading. I see a cat, astronaut with an apple, and I go around and make sure every child is not only able to do it, but they're able to do it in a way sort of like presenting to the class. We want to get them comfortable with presenting information, and then they have to know the difference between the short vowel sound and the long vowel sound. So we will practice the short A, and then the long A, 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 and then the spelling A space E, A, I, A, Y, A, rain, cake, grapes. So we practice that for all of the vowels, starting with A, and then we do the same thing for E, I, O, and U. So that would be for A0 level, and then in A1, we move up to reading these Hey Jack books. So here at Jungle Lion Study Club, we like to read Hey Jack. It's very fun. And then we do some comprehension questions for the students. And then moving up to A2 level, we like to do these Magic Treehouse Fact Tracker books. Excellent teaching material for this age and level. And then moving on to the B1 and B2 level for the students, They're starting to become more advanced and understand how the world works. So we might do some basic news articles. So news and levels is very good for students in the B1 and B2 level. So news and levels is great because you can choose the difficulty. So level 1, the first sentence, as you can see, is pretty simple. Japan starts putting radioactive water. And then level 2, the introduction sentence gets more complicated. And then level 3. So each level you click on, it gets more and more advanced, so you can control the level. And now we want them to start developing critical thinking, and we want to foster creativity in students. So I want them to not just read the article, but be able to explain it and sort of give their opinion and also give a short presentation to the class. So I make sure that they learn the vocabulary words and that they're able to explain the article using the new vocabulary, but also in their own words, not just spitting back what we give them. We want them to think for themselves. So also for homework, I like each individual student to have their own Google Drive folder or any shared folder. And for homework, I like to have them upload their own voice recordings. So the students, it's one thing if they can do the phonics in class, but I want to make sure that when they go home, they're still able to do the sounds on their own. So each student gets a shared folder where we can share our work, and that way the learning continues all the time. And yes, so, and a little bit more about myself. I have a college degree. I'm TEFL certified. I've also got a letter of recommendation from a Taiwanese cram school. And that's just an introduction about myself, Teacher Chad at Jungle Lion Study Club, and I would love to teach your children online English. So if you're interested in having a good online English lesson for your child, please reach out to Jungle Lion Study Club. There's a link for the Facebook group in the description below. And that's it for now, and I look forward to seeing you in class. See you soon.